What's up, you guys? Again, the football season has started. Do you love or do you hate you some Jon Gruden? Chucky, look at him so angry on the sideline. Don't you love Chucky? I'm sorry, an aside, I watched that Monday night game because they lost to my Rams. And I couldn't stand to hear the name Chucky one more time. I couldn't stand to hear how excited and awesome this game was gonna be for the Raiders. Which turned out not to be.
It was an awesome game for the Raiders at the beginning. For a good 3 quarters of the game, until Derek Carr forgot how to throw the ball.
Jon Gruden had some thoughts about that. So on to Mr. Chucky. Apparently, like, he is Chucky, but then he's had some run-ins with some players and the way he actually speaks to people and interacts with other guys. Here's a quick back and forth or compilation of the way he talks about people in interviews and also what they think of him. Let's check this out.
You look at the film, we had him open, wide open, deep. We didn't go there. He was open a couple times, and for whatever reason, we didn't go that route. Obviously, Khalil Mack didn't want to play here. You know, that's what's being missed here. He was under contract, Lisa. He never showed up for an OTA. He never showed up for training camp. And it was obvious he wasn't going to show up for the season. So, you know, don't forget that.
Gruden is, like I said before, is so demanding of the quarterback, Mike. I mean, so demanding that, you know, there was times in training camp where the center snapped the ball between my legs and he took me out of practice. He wants to give you the keys to the Ferrari and he doesn't want you to scratch that Ferrari. He wants you to drive at 150 miles per hour, but he doesn't expect any dents or scratches. And sometimes that's unrealistic.
Gruden parted ways with King because of issues with his personality. King became a fan favorite thanks to his celebrations and dancing after punts.
Apparently Gruden didn't like Marquette King's attitude or personality. Seems to me Jon Gruden is the only one that can have an attitude or personality with that Chucky, those snarls that he plays up on the sideline.
He thinks if he was 6'4", 230, that he would have been the greatest quarterback in the history of the sport. You know, but he forgets that he's, you know, 5'9" and 200 pounds, and he's got really small hands, and he can't throw the football.
Wow.
So the criticism here is that a Super Bowl winning coach comes to an organization and holds people to a high standard and isn't gonna take shit from people, and that's bad reflection on him.
This is a little more to it than that, but I understand you're coming from who your father was on football teams.
Well, that's it. I mean, he shows up and he's like the inmate who shows up and beats someone up on the first day. That's what he's doing. He's like, I need you to take me seriously. We're all in this together. It's Raider Nation.
Some factions
it's
break
Thunderdome. Like, you know, the fans. I remember like the fans with spikes on there. It's just like, these are the Raiders. And you know what? I saw an energy from the Raiders in the first 3 quarters, swarming. Something that it seems like Gruden was like, they're not penalizing people anymore for pushing you from behind. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna push everybody forward. It's gonna turn into rugby out there. That's a terrible Jon Gruden.
It was pretty good, it was close.
But there was an amazing energy to the Raiders that made me really happy. Because I'm like a Raiders fan from the beginning, and I'm like coming to terms with having Rams back.
And then also the Raiders are taking off again.
And the Raiders are taking. I mean,
From
but
California
I
all
have
together now.
I have a Raider. I got Raiders sweats. I got Raiders tees. I got Raiders jacket. Like,
and I mean, once he left the Raiders the last time, he proved that he knew everything about the Raiders when he completely dominated this former team in the Super Bowl. Because I mean, I'm never gonna forget the story. When I'm blanking on the quarterback's name that he left still here. He's told the story. Gannon told the story how when they were, because the new coach didn't change anything that Jon Gruden had implemented with the Raiders. He said, we're calling plays in the Super Bowl. And at the line, I'm looking at him, and this Buccaneers defense is calling our play and telling us exactly where we're gonna be and where we're going. Because Gruden was like, this is the same thing I had. It didn't change anything.
I'm literally playing with myself.
Rich Gannon was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm about to get killed because they're coming right at me. That's what happened. And And so Jon Gruden has that to hang his hat on in being a good coach. But there's more to it than this. Because, I mean, there's butting heads. And Chris Sims, son of Phil Sims, was talking about how he played with him and he got punished at times he didn't feel was very nice. And he was saying that on Pro Football Talk. But, of course, you want to talk about how this guy never played the sport with little hands and 5'9" and snarls because he wishes he could be one of us. I love that. I love that. That athletes, you know what? Athletes get talked down so much. And like, hey, coach, because you think you know everything. You've never actually done this because you just weren't given the God-given physique to do so. I love that's the clapback.
It's true, and that's what they have. They have that. What the hell are you laughing at in there? What happened?
You're worried about them.
I'm really worried that
they're
Craig is like staring me down in the studio. Did I do something wrong? No, okay.
Because, no.
It's you know, it is, I don't see anything wrong with that. I love seeing a coach who shows up and is like, well, the first thing I have to do is, maybe I watched Bull Durham too many times. It was like, just scare him. Just show up and scare him.
I want to see you coach some kids and see how this goes.
But that's, I mean, you have, yes. There's a lot more options than I'm making it seem like there are. I know there's a way to say, like, I respect what you have. Khalil Mack, I know you're an amazing football player, and I know you're making business decisions based on, like, what you feel is best for your career, and I respect that. But he's also saying, like, listen, no one's safe. Everybody's replaceable. I'm showing up, and I'm making it mine. Now, he has to put his money where his mouth is. He did it there, but he also needs to deliver results. And if he doesn't deliver the results, unfortunately, he's just going to be $100 million richer.
And that's another thing. They said Khalil Mack said that he didn't feel Jon Gruden wanted him there as much. Like, he didn't come to him and say directly, hey, this is what we're trying to do to get you here. There was a lack of communication. And maybe both of them felt that each one was disrespecting him.
Yeah, probably.
Those proud guys. And Carr is who he was mentioning in the beginning of that video, that he just wasn't going to find that open guy. I'm waiting for him to say he's just like his brother. Of course, we know he tried.
He tried.
David Carr had a
Carr was disappointing, man.
They were behind. He was trying more. I'm not gonna give him excuses because my Rams won. That's the beginning of our 16-0 record this season as we go to the Super Bowl.
They look good. They looked real good in the fourth. Jesus.
He also had issues, like really fast. He had issues with Marquette King, the former punter for the Raiders as well. Got him out of town as soon as he got there because he didn't like the flashiness. They said he doesn't want to have a punter who gets personal fouls.
You don't want a punter who gets personal fouls, but you do want a punter who can kick the crap out of the ball, and you had one.
And we're gonna find out. I think they play them this week. He's with the Broncos now. Marquette King's with the Broncos now, and he gets a chance. The hard part about being a punter is you're like, oh, I'm circling the date against the Raiders. I'm gonna punt the shit out of that ball.
Poor ball's gonna get so punted. Where is it? Is it mile high?
Like,
I'm gonna kick it 7.8 yards farther on average.
I mean, when Jon Gruden gets sit on the sideline and go, oh man, he pinned us.
I'll pin you.
He pinned us that time. Oh, we should have gotten rid of that guy.
Just you and me, foot.
Like or subscribe. You got the, are you a Gruden guy or are you not a Gruden guy? Are you sick of them saying Chucky, 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 Chucky? I'm tired of it. Like, subscribe, comment. See you guys later.
You know what's my favorite song? You could ring my bell. So do it, why don't you? Ring the damn bell and download the TYT app. Available on Android and iOS.